Okay, hi and welcome. Welcome to this webinar about the Flexible AI Upskilling Fund. My name's Mike Chatterton. I'm the founder of the AI Accelerator. And what I'm going to do today is guide you through quite quickly a little bit of insight into what AI is, how it applies to you as either a professional or a worker in an SME, and what this fund is and what that will allow you to do. Okay? So I've been working in technology for about 20 odd years. I've been involved with all sorts of innovative projects. I think my first AI project was about 20 years ago. I set up the AI Accelerator about a year ago, just over a year ago actually, to allow businesses and professionals to understand how they can make tangible and practical use of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has been a bit of a niche thing for quite a while, but over the last sort of 18 to 24 months, it's really taken off. And one of the things I'm trying to help people do is understand what that means for them and how it can change the way that they work. So let's get on with the webinar. So first off, just take you through the agenda. So we're going to give you a business edge with AI. I'm going to explain what AI can do for you and your business through some examples of some of the applications that I've been working through with clients. Then I'm going to give you a bit of an overview of the Flexible AI Upskilling Fund, what it is, who's eligible for it, what the funding is available. Then I'm going to take you through quickly the application process itself, which we've simplified, and then how you should be selecting your AI training, and then potentially how you may want to select the AI Accelerator as your training provider. And then we'll be dealing with next steps, and we've got some exclusive content for people on the webinar to get access to help you with your application. So, giving your business an edge. This is a phrase I use a lot with the AI Accelerator because this is the real tangible outcomes that you get from AI. Let's just have a quick look at where we are with AI at the moment. AI is in the news everywhere. You can't move without an AI story, and that is just accelerating, and there's more and more of that. However, there is a difference in terms of perception to the reality. At the moment, when I talk to individuals and professionals who are exposed to all this noise around AI, they believe that AI is some sort of specialized technical capability that you need to be a technical expert to be able to use and get involved with. That's the perception, and it's not helped by the amount of noise about AI that's been pumped into the media about how it's going to change the way people work, impact jobs, destroy creativity, IP, legal risks, all these things throw into that to make it seem like quite a complex type of topic. The reality is that actually what's happened is AI has become super accessible and accessible to anybody. You don't need to be an expert or have a PhD in backpropagation and neural networks to be able to appreciate the advantages that AI can give you. And there's some very simple, very accessible tools out there that people can use to give them a significant edge, and they are. For the last year, I've been working with professionals and businesses to help them to understand how they can apply new techniques, new ways of working using AI to give them and their businesses a significant advantage. And those AI adopters are getting an advantage. And I'll show you with a few examples the kinds of advantage that the AI adopters are getting right now. So let's take you through a few real examples. So let's start with something like research. So one of my clients is a heat pump installer, and that heat pump installer was looking at ways that they could enhance the way that they install their heat pumps, understand the knowledge around heat pump installations. We worked together and we were able to use AI to extract insights from over 10,000 hours of YouTube videos, specifically around heat pump installations. We then aggregated all of that, and within a few minutes, less than a day, we were able to create an amazing knowledge base that heat pump installer was able to use that gave them insight into all the things that may or may not go wrong, approaches, ways of installing heat pumps, all this kind of intellectual capital they generated in a morning through AI. And that is an insane advantage that they now have. Working as a consultant, I work with lots of other consultants as well. And one of the key things a consultant does, or a professional, is talk to stakeholders, talk to customers, understand people's views and what they're doing. AI allows you to supercharge this. And I spend a lot of time with techniques demonstrating and showing consultants and professionals how they can automate the process of collecting insight from stakeholders, customers, project managers, people working together on a project, any of those kind of things, is aggregating that information and analysing it super quick with AI, using things like transcription, sentiment analysis, automatic AI generation. What it allows you to do is super speed up any sort of qualitative research, and using tools like forms, you can send information and requests for information to all of these people and get automated responses and aggregate a lot of that. Now, what that allows you to do is a lot more deep research really quickly, and that gives you a massive advantage when dealing with a project and trying to find things out. One of the key advantages that maybe people aren't really aware of around AI is its ability to act as a cognitive support. And what this means is that it can provide expert guidance based on what it knows about the world to help or even replace expert views that you and your business may use. Having this expert insight and peer review of everything that you do is something that wouldn't have seemed possible about 18 months ago, but now is commonplace. And a lot of our clients, I'll give you a few examples of this. So they'll use AI as an expert bid manager to review their proposals and their bids to make sure that they're top quality and going to win. They'll use it as a legal advisor to help draft correspondence, anything that might be sensitive. Instead of having to run it through a lawyer, they're using AI to help with this process, just to speed it up and to give them that extra peer review and expertise. They're using it as marketing experts to identify which campaign elements are working and which aren't, and how to adapt to the bits that aren't working. And also, throughout all of its interactions, using it as a technical expert to peer review your work. As a professional, having someone look over and analyse your work and look for issues, mistakes, different viewpoints is massively beneficial. It's one of the benefits of working in a larger organisation. That benefit can now go for individuals or smaller organisations by allowing AI to act as your expert peer reviewer. These are just a few examples of how the analysis function is enhanced through AI. Now, sales is really interesting because what AI has allowed us to do is move from this sort of broad brush sales approach where you try and get your product and value proposition in front of the right people and hope that it works. AI allows you to super sort of micro target your prospects. And what that means is you can use AI to align a customer's real needs, an individual customer's real needs, with your specific product and value proposition. AI allows you to connect the dots on that, not just to connect the dots, but also to help you better understand what that offer is and how that offer should be presented to that particular client, leading to much more attractive propositions for clients and much more success with sales. Reporting is kind of an operational thing, and a lot of people are sort of experimenting with audio transcription, transcribing meeting minutes and things like that. However, it's really revolutionized the way that you can take information and process information. And it's not just about meetings, allowing you to do things like drop written reports, use audio reporting, and using audio reporting and audio transcription along with AI's analytic capabilities to do things like lessons learned, reporting, customer feedback, building up better quality management systems, and so much more. Marketing is talked about quite a lot with AI, and a lot of people talk about generating copy with AI. I think the thing that's quite interesting about this is that AI is going to change the world. I mean, OpenAI are going to release a new search engine soon, and the old idea around SEO and people creating blogs with keywords, I think is going to become less and less relevant. AI allows us to get straight to the answers rather than leading us to a place to find and discover those answers ourselves. And that's going to have an implication on how people present their organizations and how they market them. This does open up new opportunities, and there are new methods using AI to solicit user engagement and present much better marketing on a much more individualized and nuanced way that SEO never could. And it's understanding how to apply this technique and the tools that you can use for this technique, which is giving organizations an advantage. And we work closely on building new tools with organizations that can use to get much better insight and get their brand in front of the right people at the right time. Now, bidding is something that a lot of professionals do, bidding for work. It's been well recognized that you can use AI to support bidding, but I don't think people understand quite how significant this is. Every single bid that you're putting in at the moment, I guarantee that your competition are using AI in that process. And the more you use it and the more you can introduce it throughout the process, not just creating copy, but doing deep research, understanding viewpoints, creating sort of demos, mock-ups, scenarios, ways of testing your bid, then generating material using standardized context, you can reduce the amount of time it takes you to create your bids and proposals and increase the value so much more because you've got more time to look at the value add elements which win work. This is one of the most significant parts, and if you aren't using AI throughout your bidding process, you are at a disadvantage because your competition are, because we're teaching them how to do it. Last but not least, there's a general aspect of speed. AI allows us to operate much faster. As a professional or an SME, you're generally involved in developing new products, bringing new things to customers, be that an accounting product, a new model that you're working on, a new legal product which supports new legislation, maybe a consultant developing a new methodology. You might be developing an actual application or a tool. The process of developing these things has reduced so significantly that now the idea of generating new products and deploying them is a matter of days, not weeks or months, it's days, if not hours. The ability to build products to respond to customer needs has shortened so much that new AI-enabled organizations are able to be much more responsive to their customer needs and get an edge and an advantage. So there's some examples of real things that we've done with clients which have helped to give them an advantage using AI, using common off-the-shelf technologies that are available now with AI. So let's just have a quick reflection on the impact of generative AI, which is really causing the storm here. This is the key to the new breed of AI and the way that things are going. And it's kind of like this ChatGPT effect, which was this piece of technology that's arrived a bit like an alien technology, and now everyone's got access to it. You can access it for free, you can get paid accounts, and it's a type of technology. So it's not the only one, and we help people understand all of these different technologies and how they can apply generically, but for specific use cases. So AI has been around for decades, but the real developments have happened in the last few years. And what's happened is it's moved from this niche research tool to something that you can use every day with everything that you do. You don't need to be a technical expert to use AI. There's a difference between building AI and using AI, and that's something that I'll touch on later. And this is something that people need to understand, is you don't need to build an AI to use an AI, and this is where we help you. If you can use AI, there's massive, significant gains that you can get through using that and building that into your business processes and your work. So, what you need to use AI is core knowledge around what these tools are, what they can be used for, how they work roughly, and what the opportunities and risks associated with them are. And once you've got that knowledge, you can take that first step into artificial intelligence, start using it and start getting the benefits without having to go and do a PhD in neuroscience. Okay, let's talk about the opportunity. So, the government has identified that businesses are not adopting AI quickly enough. They recognise that there's significant benefits for the UK economy in UK businesses understanding and uptake of AI to help what they do. They've identified that the key areas that need this adoption are around professional and business services. That's where the most potential benefit is to be had. But these sectors aren't adopting it quick enough. So they've released a pilot scheme. So this pilot scheme is aimed at accelerating the adoption of AI. It's aimed at professional and business services, and there's £6.4 million of grant funding available. It's aimed at small and medium enterprises. That's any enterprise from one-man bands to 249 people. And you can use this grant funding to secure the skills training of your choice in AI, and that's important. It's there to support employees to develop, deploy, or use AI in their role. And this is the most significant thing. You don't have to use this training and funding for building your own AI and complex projects, you can use it for understanding how to use and apply AI for your role. Okay, so what are the eligibility criteria? So who can apply for this? So you need to be registered as an organisation and operate in the UK. This is UK government funding. You need to have been in existence for at least a year at the time of application, which is in May right now. You need to employ between 1 and 249 employees, no more or you're not an SME. You need to be defined as an SME, and there are some guidelines which will provide you later around what an SME is. The government use a BASE framework for this, although most of this is covered in this presentation. And you need to operate in the professional and business services sector. So what does that mean? What can professional and business services mean? Well, really, if you're a kind of knowledge worker or you work with computers, it kind of covers all of that. So let's take some examples here. So if you're an architect or you do any sort of engineering or technical activity or analysis, that's covered, you're in there. Any sort of rental or leasing activities, any office administration or admin support kind of activities, that's covered. If your organisation is involved with any sort of scientific or development research, that's covered. Any sort of professional or technical activities, that's covered. If you're involved in legal activities, accounting, bookkeeping, or audit, that's covered. If you have any sort of head office activities or management consultancy, that's covered. If you're involved in any sort of employment activity, HR, recruitment, that's covered. They're all eligible professional and business services. So how much grant funding is available? Well, this depends on the size of your organisation. And that's split into 3 areas, really. There's micro businesses, which are under 10, so that's 1 to 9 employees with a turnover of under 2 million euros and a balance sheet of under 2 million euros. They can get a maximum grant of 2.5K. A small business, which is under 50, so that's 49 employees, under 10 million euros of balance sheet and turnover, they can get up to £5,000 of grant funding. A medium business up to 249 employees, under 50 million euros of turnover, under 43 million euros of balance sheet total can get up to £10,000 of grant funding. And this grant funding is provided as 50% of your spend on training. So for example, if you're a small organisation that spends £8,000 on training, you could claim up to £4,000 back. So that's half price. This is half the price of your AI training up to that maximum amount covered for by the government. So applying, how's the application process work? Well, we've created a guide for you to make this as easy as possible. And that gives you links to all of the different areas that are in there. You'll need a gov.uk one login, which is easy to get. Government Grant Finder services where this is hosted, and we'll link to it. The process itself, they say it takes an hour. We think it takes about half an hour with the advice and support that we've given you. So there are tools in there. There's body text, there's suggested model answers that we've provided that you'll be able to use. The guide that we provide is exclusive to AI Accelerator applicants. However, if you want to use it and you don't want to use our training, that's fine. We're just happy that you're getting some AI training and applying for training and getting to understand what's happening in this area. We, however, will provide you with any support you need. So if you find this process difficult, just get in touch. We've got an email, we've got a chat. You can organise a conversation with us and we can support you through the application process. Now, this is the example. This is the application guide. So you can have a look at this. We'll add other things into it. I've built it on Notion, so we can add live, we can add things. So if you've got questions, we can fill that out. And it's got things like links to where you can get reference information, where you'll find that information for your own business, those sorts of things. So let's talk about the application process, really simplified timeline. So the applications are open now. They opened on the 1st of May and they shut the 31st of May. So they shut at the end of the month. It's anticipated that all of that funding is going to go, and it's anticipated that there's going to be enough applications in the first month to use all of that funding. This is a pilot scheme. So the idea of this scheme is to understand whether businesses can benefit from this type of grant funding. However, looking at the size and scale of it, 6.4 million, there's a good opportunity for most businesses to get involved. The training has to be delivered between July, when applicants will be informed whether they've been successful or not, and March 2025. So you can only claim for AI training activities in that period between when your application has been approved, if it is approved, and when that window shuts at the end of March 2025. Now, if there's an overabundance of a demand, then it may go to a lottery. So it may be if there's twice as many organisations that apply for this grant funding, half may get selected. However, with our guide, it will give you the best possible application chance by making sure you've got good answers that relate both what you've got, your needs, with available training. So, selecting your AI training. Now, this is quite interesting, and it's quite a fascinating part of the process. So, at the moment, there is something called the AI Skills for Business Competency Framework, and this is relatively new. The latest version only came out in January, and this has been released by the Alan Turing Institute, and it's a framework to help people understand what they need for AI training. And it's split into 5 dimensions. So you've got privacy and stewardship, specification, acquisition, engineering, architecture, storage and curation, problem definition and communication, problem solving, analysis, evaluation and reflection. It's been built by a lot of people in the AI industry, but I've got a bit of a bugbear with this in that most of the training and information that's out there at the moment is around how to build AI, and it's highly technical, and there doesn't seem to be huge amounts out there which are there to help people with how to use AI. And that's where we come in. And that was the idea behind the AI Accelerator. It's the idea that most organizations, 95% of organizations, don't want to be building their own AI. They just want to be using AI-suitable technologies and capabilities that are out there at the moment. And I think this is the thing that's really important, is most of the benefit that I've experienced and the AI Accelerator have experienced and our clients have experienced is through the use of existing new AI tools to enhance the way that they work. So if you're a business thinking about AI, what sort of outcomes are you seeking? So ideally, these are the things that we are finding from talking to businesses, is they want to have a baseline understanding of what AI is. Everyone's got different understandings at the moment, and there's not really a consistent view. So getting that consistent view. They want themselves and their businesses to understand what the risks and the challenges are, but also the opportunities. They want to get hands-on, they want to experience it, they want to test using it, and they want to get some clear methods and approaches that will work for their business that they can be consistent with. Mainly, they want practical ways that they can use AI, and they want real use cases that they can use straight away, so they can demonstrate a tangible return on investment. This is what businesses that we're talking to want. They're not so interested in developing a specific AI capability with lots of brainiacs who are developing models that may never go to market. What they want is how to use these tools to give their business an advantage. So we've built the AI Accelerator around these real needs. So baselining people's understanding of AI and generative AI specifically. Giving people a clear mental model for how these things work. They don't need to know all of the details. They just want a clear model so they can understand how things are working and what will change and impacts that and how they can use them. They want to know how they can access AI, clear ways for accessing this technology, which lower the risk, lower the cost, but give the functionality. They want to be able to personalize and customize their interactions with AI. And they want to identify real use cases and build and use their own AI workflows, not the tools, the actual workflows, where you can build AI into what you do and make your business more effective. So this is the kind of training that we believe professionals and SMEs need. So what kind of training is available? Well, we've built our training around those needs, and these are the kind of things that we provide. We provide quick start guides in the form of context blocks, which are simple blocks of information and some guides to get people started with AI. We've got an online training course, I'll come on to it in a minute. We do one-to-one coaching, collaborative workshops, custom training, and we're also able to do training in deeper expertise. So you have a specific need around things like the ethics or legalities of particular pieces, or even building your own model. We have partners that we work with that can help you do that. However, what we're finding is that people just want help with that first stage of how they can get immediate benefit from AI. The two key ways of doing that we find are, firstly, through our online training course. This has been developed over a year. It's been refined quite a lot, and it's made up of lots of individual small lessons. You do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and individuals can take this course at their own pace, and once they complete it, they've got a full understanding of how AI is working, what it means for them, how they can use it, some guided practical examples of going through it, and that allows you or anyone in your organization to have that consistent understanding of what AI is and how it works. The second piece that we find that a lot of our customers find great benefit from is our interactive workshops. And these are mainly a bit of training, which is explaining the concepts in terms that are very relevant to your specific business, but also exploring, we call them workshops because they're exploring these themes around how you can implement those kind of technologies and approaches for your specific business. So it takes it out of the theoretical and makes it very practical. And this is where our clients are saying, wow, this is actually makes it really relevant for us. How can we use this stuff on a day-to-day basis? And weirdly, everyone just wants to get out of those workshops as quick as they can so we can start putting it into practice. They just get so excited by the means and the ways of using AI that it really just blows their minds. So we've put together various training packages, and we've done this to align with the funding opportunity. So for example, if you're a medium-sized business, there is a larger package, which is £10,000 or $20,000 before grant funding. And that includes a series of workshops, access for all of your people, up to 250 people for the online training course, a bunch of context blocks, and some tailored use cases. And that sort of goes down in terms of what's available based on how much you want to pay and the size of your organization. We also do a starter package, which effectively just gives you enterprise access to an online course and a single context block. Or if you just want to dip your toe in, you can use our budget scheme, which is £199, 50% of that paid for through grant funding, and that just gives you the online training course per person, and you can just do that per person. So there's packages to suit every budget, and we're actually happy to work with you. If you think that you want a very sort of bespoke training package, we can work with you on that. So please reach out and we can build something that works right for your business. So why choose us? I mean, this is like a bit of sales pitch thing here, right? Okay, so why choose AI Accelerator as the right provider? You do have to nominate a provider when you go for grant funding. And for us, there's a few key things. So they have to be registered UK training provider, which we are. You have to have, you can be a registered UK training provider, or you can be a recognised CPD accredited course. We're both of those. So it doesn't matter. You can choose either of those, and we have both. The training needs to be useful for you, targeted at professionals and SMEs. Having a generic AI training course isn't going to help you make more sales. It isn't going to help you optimize the way that your business performs. It's just going to give you some intelligence about how AI works. Our training's aimed directly at how you can make real, tangible, targeted difference to your business. So using training that's aimed at professionals, use cases and examples that are aimed at professionals doing these kind of tasks that these professional business service sectors do. As I say, we focus on tangible, practical results using off-the-shelf technology. So you're not going to have to go and develop a new tech stack for this. We're going to use things that are either available for free or small sort of monthly subscriptions, and then you can judge which ones you use. We build all this around understanding the core concepts, and there's ways of adapting different tools for different purposes. And once you understand that, once you've been through our process, you'll be able to implement AI straight away. And our experience is built of over a year of training people with these generative AI tools. Businesses like yours, and listening to their feedback and understanding what they actually need and want to help them get through this process and help them to understand why AI is useful for them and how it can supercharge and give them an edge to their business. That feedback and experience is real. So we've had hundreds of people that we've worked with, and they've all really found this so insightful. It's changed the way that they work, and we want that for you as well. So next steps, where do you go next? So after this webinar, you'll be able to check out our guide. If you follow through after this, there'll be a link. You can go to the guide. There'll be a page that explains our offer, but the guide's in there. You click on that, it'll take you to the blog, and then the blog will take you to the guide. I'll also email everyone who attends with a link to the guide as well, so you can use that. And that's got all the information you need for your application, what you need to gather from your business, and how you can apply. We've also put other things in there. So for instance, I've created an outline business case. That's, for instance, if you need to convince your seniors in the business that they need to invest some time and energy into AI, there's an outline business case in there that you could use or adapt to help make that argument internally. There's also all sorts of links to other associated documentation that will help and make that process very easy. And also you can reach out to us if you struggle with that or if there's anything in there that you need extra support with. So what you need to do, check your business is eligible, check the eligibility criteria, check that you meet those, identify suitable training. Now, AI Accelerator is one potential opportunity for or provider for you for that training. Feel free to explore the others. We've packaged things up and we've based our training on what we experience that people actually need, professionals and SMEs in that sector. This is what we found they need. Now, feel free to explore other options. There's lots of sort of esoteric or highly detailed AI training courses out there. I think you'll struggle to find one that's targeted as succinctly and directly at you and your type of business. And complete your application. Like we said, it probably needs about half an hour. There's model answers in there. You can take everything from our guide and get it in. And you need to get it in by the 31st of May to be in with a chance. Any help you need, reach out, book a call, send us an email, and we'll do everything that within our power to make this work for you. We want to see you guys do really well. We want you all to adopt AI and move the dial on UK professional and business service sector, make us the most productive place on the planet using AI. It's possible. You just need to understand what those tools are and how you can use them. I hope you found this webinar useful. If you've got any questions or if you want to reach out, just send an email or book a call and we can have that conversation. If there's any feedback on the guide, if there's any other assistance you need, please reach out. Let's talk about this. This is a golden opportunity and it's something that I don't want any of you to miss. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Speak soon.